And welcome back. We're here on the Warthunder Dev server looking at the F-15 and its various variants. Starting out, we're looking at the F-15A for America. I'm a huge F-15 fan. I fly it a ton in DCS, so I'm excited to get it in game and look at what we get. So it's going to be a 12.3 unless something changes. Obviously it's dev server, so everything's subject to change. Getting the AIM-9 mic, the AIM-7 mic. We're actually getting bombs on it, which is a little bit surprising, but we're getting napalm, 2 forms of dumb bombs in 500 and 2,000 pounders, and then we're also getting GBU-8s, which I think are TV guided. Yeah, TV guided. The loadouts look like they're going to be 4x4, 2 under each wing, looks like 2 on each side conformal. Since I don't have it yet, well, yeah, I'd have to unlock the stuff on it, so it wouldn't matter. I'm curious to see how exactly it carries everything. I'm pretty sure that these two are going to be dedicated AIM-9 slots, and these are going to be dedicated Sparrow slots. I don't think you're going to be able to stick the Sparrows out here, but at least from my experience flying the F-15E and DCS, out here on these pylons you can carry AIM-120s, but I've never tried to carry Sparrows out there, so this might be a Sparrow limitation, it might be a Gaijin design choice, and it might be something that you can stick out there with customizable secondaries. I just don't have access to that, so I can't tell you for sure. But in the meantime, we'll bring the American one out into a test flight and we can see how it performs. So, you can see no conformal fuel tanks, it's nice and squared off, sleek as hell.
Sam, 3 o'clock, low.
And it zooms off the deck. Got a nice one-seater cockpit, and listen to that. The sounds in here are phenomenal. Also really like the way that the cockpit layout is. I'd have to go back and look at the F-15C in DCS, which it's an FC3 plane, so it's a little bit lower fidelity. But I think this actually might be a nicer cockpit model than we have there. It is real nice looking. And we also have the fully functional HUD. And look at that, we are just zooming up. We're at 8,000 meters, going a little under, or a little over 550 IAS, and still climbing. This flight model may not be the final flight model for this, but there's a lot of engine power there. Look at that. We're almost at 13,000 meters. And we're just carrying the 2 missiles, mind you, so we are relatively slick. But, yeah, 1,400 meters looks like it's about where we'll top out. Let's try not to flat spin while we go back down. Listen to all those servos as the various control surfaces move around. It is a beautiful plane. Let's see what kind of modes we have. So we do have our, I don't know, high aspect dogfighting mode, and we have our bore-sighted dogfighting mode. We have Search PD head-on, PDV head-on, and normal search. So, all of the good radar systems. I'm sure I'm gonna rip the wings off of this at some point doing this, but all in all, it seems to be pretty good airframe. Let's see. 11 Gs. We haven't ripped anything off the plane yet either, which is really nice. I had seen some footage of people ripping the wings off already, but
3 o'clock.
this is also probably a stock pilot since this is a test drive.
Altitude. Over G.
Sounds in it are really nice though.
Pull up. Altitude. Altitude. Over G. Over G. Sam. 12 o'clock. Pull up. Pull up. Over G. Over G. Over G. Over G.
Yeah, the fact that I haven't managed to tear anything off of here yet bodes well for me since I'm notorious for ripping my wings off.
Air brake on.
And we've got our enormous air brake.
Altitude.
Let's see.
Altitude.
Low speed, how
Air
can we
brake
pull?
on. Air brake on.
Yeah, we can pull some pretty decent turns in this.
Pull up. Air brake on. Air brake on. Air brake on. Air brake on.
Interesting. Yeah, so F-15A looks like it should be a pretty spicy plane. Certainly it'll be a strong competitor to the Su-27 and the Gripen and the Mirage 4000. But, oh, and you know what, let's see if it's got an ejector
Air
seat.
brake on.
It does. Alright, let's go check out the other variants. So, I don't believe Germany's getting one. I don't think we ever exported one to Germany, and actually it doesn't look like they've gotten much of anything announced for them yet. I know Japan is getting one. It's a little bit of a surprise to see the F-15J already. And I think the big standout here is that it's getting the AAM-3s, which are a domestic Japanese missile. Let's see, IRCCM, so they should be pretty flare resistant, launch range of 18 kilometers, 40G overload. Yeah, looks like it'll be a pretty decent missile. Outside, it's, you know, effectively the same plane. And what does it get for ordnance? No guided bombs. Just iron bombs. Let's see. Still can take it with the AIM-9Ls. We'll bring the fuel tanks this time since we didn't last time. I'm sure this will be just about the same experience as before, but will be a little bit heavier since we have the fuel tanks this time. Let's see if we can go up right off the airfield with the fuel tanks. Oh, we're going. Not very quick. Not all my control buttons are the same on here, so let's see. Punch those off and let's see if we just fly away. So yeah, 20 minutes of fuel, we're still gaining speed. The fuel tanks clearly weigh us down quite a bit, but you can still go vertical off the deck with them, so I can imagine if you bring a missile load and no fuel tanks, you'll be able to go off the runway and climb pretty quickly if you so choose. And let's see, search PD, search PD head-on, search. Nope, PD, oh, no, we do have the PDB, there we go. And we have both the same acquisition modes. Well, seems like it's pretty much the same plane, just with a different missile option, so that should be fun. I'm sure that I'll grind that out. I need to finish the F-16AJ at some point as well, but I'm a little bit more excited for the F-15. And then let's look at the Baz. Now the Baz looks like it pretty much gets all the same toys as the American one, plus the Python 3s. I think this is probably going to be the best of them. Having Python 3s... Well, actually, did the Python 3s get... No, they don't get countermeasures. So maybe not, but the Python 3s usually perform pretty well. Either way, it'll be fun to have Python 3s with AIM-7Ms. Other than that, it seems like it's largely the same plane as the American one. I'm curious to see if it gets any interesting camos. We see them a lot in DCS with kind of a desert camo on them that looks really nice. I can't actually test fly this one though, since I've been bad and not gotten the Kurnas. But judging by the way it looks, it seems like it should perform just like the other two. Needless to say, an exciting time for anybody who flies NATO aircraft. Let me know what you think down below. Like, share, and subscribe. Let me know if you're just as excited as I am to get the F-15's. For getting the F-15As now, I just cannot wait for a patch or two where we get the F-15E. Kind of like how we got the Block 50 F-16C after the F-15A, or F-16As. So, going forward, it should be a good end to this year and a very exciting start to next year.